Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are going through my week 3 budget, which is the 13th through the 29th of April, and these are my categories. I color code my categories just to make it easy for me to find the information. So I have my expense trackers here already completed out with the things that I have done for this week. But before we get to that, let's celebrate the categories I did not spend money in. First one is groceries. We have auto, gas, sinking funds. I did not pull anything out of sinking funds. Miscellaneous, pet food, crafts, and entertainment. So we can put those off to the side and not worry about them for a while. So I was on vacation from basically Good Friday the 7th all the way until the 16th. So I did do some spending here and there at the beginning and some here in the middle of the week as well. But pretty much it's not that bad actually. It's really not that bad. So we're going to go ahead and start off with debts, and I have one. I paid my self-imposed minimum payment of $195 towards my business credit card, and that was done on the 15th. Okay, next, the bills that came out, we have for electric, natural gas, water, and my sinking fund transfer. And by that, it means the transfer of money that goes to the sinking fund accounts, so that way I can actually put money in the funds. So electric happened on the 17th. Natural gas was also the 17th. Water was the 18th. And sinking funds was the 18th. Next, we have household. I have 2, and these were basically to finish up my master primary bedroom refresh, and those videos will be coming out starting next week on Wednesday, so look forward. Or nope, I've already posted one. It was this past Wednesday. I'll leave a card for it if you are interested in looking in part 1. Part 2, I am posting this coming Wednesday. So IKEA was on the 17th. I went on Sunday, actually. I went on Sunday. Oh, and Lowe's, the next one, once I can get the sticker down, was also on Sunday. It cleared the bank on Monday. That's why I have it dated Monday, but I actually went to the stores on those days. So I did buy stuff for my bedroom and a couple things for the house and some other locations at IKEA. Seems like a lot of money. It really was, but I was buying some fake plants as well. So that, and pots, things to put the plants into, so that kind of upped the price a little bit. In the as-is section, I saw 2 of the chairs that I wanted to buy for my front room to replace the very old blue and purple chairs, but I did not buy them. They were still $400. I did not buy them, but I was very tempted to just say, you know what, they're here, they're discounted, let me just go ahead and buy them. I had no way to get them home, so I would have had to arrange for them to be delivered. But I stopped myself. And said, do I need those right now? I don't need them right now. So I stopped myself, so I'm very proud of myself. I did not spend an extra $800 or more on those chairs. It would have been more around the $900 to $1,000 once you add in taxes and delivery fees as well. So I very, very proud of myself for not doing that. So Lowe's, I bought some other things for the room as well. So they were vent hood and all of that stuff. And if you hear any ding 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 noise, it's my fan up above. I have it on a faster speed so that way it can cool me down a little bit because I'm kind of on the warm side. Okay, music. This is business. This is the music for my YouTube channel. So I do a monthly subscription so that way I can continue to use the music on my videos. And that was on the 15th. If you're curious as to why it takes me some time to figure out what date to put these on, that is because this is my little cheat sheet. I've written down all of the bills and how much it was, and the check mark is if I've done the expense tracker. So I'm always looking, okay, where was it and what date and everything. And down here I have my income. I do have it covering up at least the paycheck part, so that way I don't share my actual income. I do share my additional income, so you'll see the additional income that was down there later on in the video. Next expenses were dining, restaurant, whatever you want to call them. So we have Korea House, which was on the 13th. And then Sonic on the 17th as well. After I was at IKEA, when I left IKEA, I ended up getting stuck in like a major traffic jam. Road was shut down that I normally take, and by the time I was done with IKEA and Lowe's, I was gonna go grocery shopping, but I was hungry at that point, and it was about noon on a Sunday, and noon is when pretty much all the churches let out, so the grocery stores would have been a disaster. We have one personal expense, and this is the hair dye for my hair, and I desperately need to dye my hair. My horrible gray roots are shining through. I'm hoping this weekend I will finally get around to dyeing my hair. That was on the 17th. And then the very last expense was a gift. My older sister's birthday is on Monday, so I bought her something from Amazon, and that was on the 19th. So looking at no spend, we definitely have one right here. And let's see, I should have like canceled or delayed the Madison Reed, but I forgot to do that because I already have 2 boxes. So now I'll have a 3rd box. So yeah, I'm not going to mark that. Even though it is planned, like I have it set on a schedule, I should have canceled the shipment, but I just didn't think about it. I'm going to put a no spend here because these are expected bills to be taken out of my account. And those are the only no spend days basically for this month, or for this week. And this month I'm not on a no spend month, I'm just on a limited spending, trying to recover from between doing the bathroom and my bedroom refresh. It's just trying to limit the spending a little bit because those 2 rooms I wanted to treat myself, so I kind of treated myself with you know, more expensive items. So we're back on somewhat of a track. I'm done with the room, my bedroom. I don't plan to do much of any other things around the house. Let's go ahead and put these in our little check-in and in our monthly budget areas. So I am going to go ahead and start with groceries, and we have spent nothing in groceries for this week. So we have $15.03 remaining. Full disclosure, I went grocery shopping today after my dentist appointment and I was starving. So I spent $200 at the grocery store, and today is the 20th. Full disclosure. So, yeah, we're at that point where I'm going to be over budget on groceries, but I was not expecting hungry root at the beginning of the month. I still have not eaten through all of it. So some of the food that I bought today at the grocery store is actually going to carry over into May, but I wanted them now. I sound like Veruca from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Anyways, the old one, the one from the 70s, the old movie, with Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. Okay, Yes, that dates me. That is the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that I remember. And when they went on that little boat in the river, oh my God, that was the scariest part. I hated that part of the whole film. Okay, sorry. That was a squirrel moment. Okay, restaurants. We have stuff in restaurants, and I'm gonna get my calculator out over here. Okay, 48.65 plus 12. Oops, 12.99. 61.64. And we have, nope, 52 negative minus 61.64 is 62. I am $62.16 over budget on eating out. And I've only eaten out 3 times this month so far. So, for those of you that weren't here for the previous check-ins, the one for Chili's, my little sister was driving through, so I bought food at that point for my mom and my sister and me. And then this one, Korea House, it is an all-you-can-eat, like, grill your own meat type thing. And I met some of my friends there, and that is the price for me and having one beer, one Heineken. So, yeah. That it's more than I would have spent normally, but those were kind of like special occasion type things. So, okay, household. We have overspent on household this month. Let's see. We have 114.83 plus 317.61, 432 and 44, 63.85 minus 432.44. Okay, and nothing in miscellaneous. Yay! I like when we don't have a miscellaneous payment or expense. Okay, then we're going to mark this. Then going on for the rest of the stuff, the business expense I'm not going to really mark because I still have not done a business budget over here. But I'm putting them in here because in May, I've already created and printed out my own budget stickers for May, and I have a whole business section that I've already printed out and cut and everything. So in May, I will actually start referencing those in the back over in May, actually, not in April, but in May. Business credit card 2, 195, or not business credit card 2, business credit card 195. Oops, too far. We have 163 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that, and on my calculator, the actual minimum payment is $163.05, but like I said, I have a self-imposed minimum of $195, and we are doing minus $63.07. 31, I need a pencil. And we've already paid $25 extra, so 25 to debt. I know on my credit card too, I was expecting it to have a 0 balance, and there was a charge that, it's an Amazon charge that I guess Amazon put it that use that card, and I didn't catch that, and so that's what happened right there. So I have already sent a thing in for the credit card 2 to be paid off this month, except for I bought an iPad Pro. I'm trying to pay off debt, but I bought an iPad Pro. So you'll see that in next week's it's a fail. It's a fail. But I've been wanting an iPad, and I just, I'm going to pull the money from my money market account, and you'll see all of that next week. But another full disclosure, I bought an iPad Pro. I did get money taken off because I had points from the little reward service from work and everything. So I did get $830 off of the price of everything. But it was still $1,700 after that because I bought an iPad, the pencil, and the nicer keyboard pad thing, folio. Yeah. So, when I buy something, I buy something. All honesty. Okay. Next, personal, 3410. I think we've already had some personal things over here. Yes, 214.05. We are wee over budget on personal, so 248.15. Natural gas was 28.09. And this one I can put in pen. Okay. And electric, 80.18. Sinking funds, we did 14. I forgot to change this before it transferred. So, oops. Water was 159.21. And 159.21, and then we have a gift. I don't have that over here. It is technically a sinking fund, but I have it as a different color just to make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to come over here, and 419. My cats are trying, if you heard that bang, my cats are trying to open up the bathroom cabinet doors. 2542. So I have a sinking fund for gifts, so that's for Christmas, birthday, and all of that. So I currently have $231 in there for gifts. So I will be deducting the $25.42 a little bit later, like maybe this weekend. I will go and kind of get these ready to transfer over because it takes a couple days to pull from these to get over into my checking account. So it's not instantaneous. Although for my checking account to these, it's instantaneous. Different banks, different banks, they have different set of rules. But I know from pulling from these, it takes at least 3 business days to get in my checking account. So I'd like to get at least those. And since I had my household and some vacation stuff, I'm going to also transfer that back in where I shouldn't have transferred the money. So that way I have a little bit of money to cover some of the household expenses I did. So that is where we are at, except for I need to add the additional income that I got. And that was on my credit card too. It is a card that has rewards, and I went ahead and cashed out some of the rewards, and it was $29.94 of rewards. So since I thought I had paid off the credit card, I just had them send me a check, and or else I would have had them credit to the credit card, and I wouldn't have seen the actual check, but I did get a check. So 104.19 plus 29.94 equals 134.13. Okay. And like I mentioned, I'm not sharing my actual paycheck that I get from my day job because that is just privacy that type of information. But I have no issue with sharing any additional income, my expenses, kind of how I budget, kind of keeping track of checking in to see where I'm at on everything. I'm trying to think. I may or may not have to get gas again this month, which is not normal, but this week I did a lot of driving across town than normal. One thing I'm going to look at while we're here. So I double check. It looks like my electric, natural gas, and water are all lower. The actual amounts are lower than the budgeted amounts. And when that happens, I will take whatever's remaining from the budgeted amount and actually put it into my summer bills sinking fund. So let me go through and show you that process real quick. So I'm gonna add up the budgeted for those 3 accounts. So 160, 35, and 170. Then I'm gonna come through and deduct. Which leaves me $97.52. So I am actually gonna put a note here. Got a miscellaneous sticky note. I'm gonna put a note right here for me next week to make sure that I do a transfer. So basically what this is doing is that I learned long ago when I lived paycheck to paycheck that in the winter months those utilities were a lot lower than in the summer months, and I struggled in the summer months to pay the higher utility bills because I wasn't used to it. So I went ahead and set up a special savings account and basically said that is for summer bills. So I did this like monthly average thing, taking my bills from the previous month to be able to pay, or previous year, got a basic average, increased it a little bit based on what I was seeing as a monthly towards the end of the year, and that would be the next year's budgeted amount for paying. And then whenever I did the actuals, I would put the actuals here. And in the winter months, when the actual utilities were lower than the budgeted amount, I would take that remaining, like we have here, the $97, and put that into the summer bill sinking fund. So in the summer, when I have a $300 electric bill, because the AC is running, because I live in Houston, it is hot in the summertime, and our ACs are running quite often. And I live in an older home. The windows are single pane, so there's a lot of heat that escapes or comes in through those windows. Eventual plan is to have the windows replaced at some point, but not right now because that is expensive. But basically it's take this remainder, put that in the summer bills. So when I did get that $300 bill, I would be able to pull some money from that sinking fund to cover some of the bills. Towards the end of the summer, like August, September, usually the sinking fund for summer bills was depleted already. So I just kind of had to figure out how to get by those couple months, and knowing that October, November, December, they would start going down a little bit. So I did recently have the AC unit replaced in this house. It is just now starting to get warm again, so I'm glad. We had some warm days early in April, and then we've had some cool fronts that have come through, and the past 2 days the AC has actually turned on quite a bit during the middle of the day, so and at night as well. So I want to test it to see how my electric bills are going to do now that I have replaced that unit and have a little bit more energy efficient unit. I'm hoping that it helps quite a bit. So, but that is what that note is for and why I continue to do it, because getting those bills is quite shocking still, even when I know I can afford it. It's just, I'd like to have a little safety net, basically, to just let me spend a little extra on things here and there. So it's just one of those things that I continue to do, and it just makes me feel a little less anxious about finances. So I know this has been a longer check-in, but I hope that everybody enjoyed this check-in, and I will be back next Friday on the 28th to do the 4th week check-in, and then in May 5th on Cinco de Mayo, I will be doing a April check-in to see how well, how bad I did during the month of April on things. Right now we're doing not so well, but I will at least let you know if income-wise, if I was able to pay some money towards debt and try to get all of that down. I am honest on when I have made mistakes, like Hungry Root, I forgot to cancel that. Madison Reed, I forgot to cancel that. I have canceled this Jump Jet, so I'm not quite using the newsletter yet. So I went ahead and just canceled it. So I have done that. So yeah, but yeah, and knowing that I've overspent on groceries already this month and already overspent on household and miscellaneous, but you know what? I am almost done with I am done with my bedroom. I don't plan to make any changes anytime soon. So, and I'm taking a, almost a 2-month break on doing any other household projects. So anyways, I will be back next week with another check-in. Thank you everybody, and have a wonderful week. Bye everybody.